This Syrian refugee was granted asylum, kicked out onto the street, and then came close to ending up on this park bench in Leicester.
They gave me a bag with a pillow and told me go to the street. Seriously? They said we have no place, so nothing we can do, and that's the only thing we can support.
So they gave you a sleeping bag and a pillow?
Yeah, exactly.
And said find somewhere on the street?
Find somewhere in the street, and it was raining at that day. It's winter outside. How do you expect me to do that?
Faisal, not his real name, was the victim of a system that no longer funds the successful refugee once he has status. All financial support was cut, and he had just 28 days, but no money, no job, to find somewhere to live.
It's just so confusing that the country that they give me the status can't provide me a place after they give me the right to stay. They gave me the right to stay, but not the place to stay.
Yeah. He says in Leicester alone, he knows of dozens who have earned the right to stay, but without a place to stay. His ordeal is the consequence of Home Office cuts 5 years ago. In 2011, the department stopped funding an integration and employment scheme to help new refugees bridge that gap. Channel 4 News has had access to the first study by the Refugee Council into the impact of those cuts. The survey found 81 out of 100 newly recognised refugees face homelessness and destitution. Last year, nearly 10,000 asylum seekers on support were granted protection in the UK. So the Refugee Council estimates some 27 people a day face eviction when their asylum support is cut off and they are left to fend for themselves.
For those people, certainly it is a crisis. Anyone who is given refugee status and then ends up homeless and destitute is appalling. The government has said, we are giving you safety, and at that point they do not feel safe at all and they do not experience that.
Contrast their situation, the Refugee Council argues, with the government's resettlement programme for vulnerable Syrian refugees from these camps in the Middle East. 20,000 will get the benefits of a 12-month integration service, accommodation provided. But for this 23-year-old Syrian refugee, whose identity we have agreed not to show to protect his family, one option was to beg for help.
The thing that they do that I didn't do it because it's something I never used to do it. Then they go to the council and beg them, literally beg them, and just throw their dignity on the door, go to the council and beg them to find them a place.
And you couldn't do that?
No, I'm a Syrian person, I can't do that.
The Home Office revealed tonight there is a review in progress as to whether there's a need to increase the time recognised refugees can access support after they have been granted asylum.